Salvete omnes. This is Abbey Latin Liber Primus. This is exercise D of chapter 11, parsing English to Latin, starting with Sententia Prima. Number 1. A great king in Germany was, once, a friend and ally of the Roman people. So first, to identify your subject, you go to your verb. What is the verb of the sentence? The verb is was. And notice in parentheses we have this adverb once, was only once. And that's going to help us identify the tense of this verb. So, who was once a predicate friend and ally? That would be the king, the great king in Germany. So, great is an adjective modifying king. Great is magnus aum, modifying the subject, because king is the subject of the verb was. Was being a linking verb. We're linking the subject to a predicate. So king, rex regis, masculine. We want the nominative and singular masculine. If that is true, the adjective great agreeing with it must also be nominative, singular, and masculine. Where is this great king located? In plus to show motion, into or onto, that would be in the accusative case. But in to show location, we are in Germany, or the king is. That would be in plus the ablative case, in plus the ablative. So we want the ablative, singular, of Germania, I, feminine. So that's going to be, because it's a first declension noun, Germania, with a macron over the final A. So in Germania. Rex Magnus in Germania. Now we have the verb, was once. Now he was once, and the implication is now he no longer is. So he was once, snap of the fingers, and that action is done. It's completed. It is perfect. It is over. We could say that a great king in Germany has been a friend and ally of the Roman people, with the implication that he no longer is. So, great king in Germany was once. Third person singular, perfect tense. We're going to go with the perfect tense here, as opposed to the imperfect. The imperfect showing a habitual action over and over again, where the perfect tense emphasizes that the action is done, it's over with, it's completed. The imperfect is an incomplete action. That's why it's imperfect in the past. It's going to be active voice, indicative mood. Sum esse fui futurus. So we're going to work with the perfect stem, which is third principal part minus the I. Fui, chop off the I. Fu, whom I pity. And then the perfect tense endings are I isti it, imus istis erat. So the third person singular, we want the singular because the subject is he, the king. He was, so fuit. Rex Magnus in Germania fuit, a friend and ally of the Roman people. So these are our predicates. They're describing the king. Friend, that's going to be a substantive form of amicus aum, friendly. So amicus e masculine. And it's going to be singular friend. So amicus. And we could say et. We could use the enclitic que, which is going to be attached to the second thing. So it would be attached to the end of ally. Or if we wanted to really emphasize this conjunction, not just a friend, but also and even an ally, then we'd use the conjunction ac if the next word starts with a consonant, atque if the next word starts with a vowel. And that next word is ally in English, but in Latin it is socius, e masculine. Once again, it's a predicate nominative, so we want singular ally. So we could say amicus et socius. We could also say amicus sociusque. with the quay being attached like a parasitic alien to the end of the second thing. X and Y, X, Y quay. Or we could say amicus, and because S is a consonant, ac socius. Amicus ac socius. Not just a friend, but also an ally. It's very much emphatic. Of the Roman people. So of, that typically indicates the genitive. So a friend and ally of them, meaning the Roman people in reference to them, possessing them. Or the Roman people are possessing the status of friend and ally. Friend and ally of them. The Roman people's friend and ally. So that's going to be, it's pretty much a stock phrase. Populus Romanus. That's the Roman people. The body of people of Rome. The people of Rome. So populus going with Romanus Roman. So we want the genitive of possession. And it is that word order. You never see it as Romanus populus. You always see it as populus Romanus. So we want the genitive, singular, masculine, populi Romani. Altogether, something like Rex Magnus in Germania fuit, amicus et socius populi Romani. Optime. Secunda. The journey to the Spanish town is long, but we shall walk with great speed. So here we have two parts of the sentence. So we got the first part, the journey to the Spanish town is long, comma, and then we have a conjunction, but, with one T, now that I have your attention, said, S-E-D, and then we have the second part of the sentence. So we have two verbs. First verb is, the second verb is shall walk. The subject of the first verb is going to be the journey. The journey is long. So we'll start there. Journey is going to be iter, itineris, neuter. And it is a third declension neuter. You can tell by the genitive singular. It ends in is, and it's neuter gender. Therefore, its endings are going to be blank, is, e, same as nominative, a, ibus, ibus. Because it's neuter, the accusative singular must be the same as the nominative singular, whatever the nominative singular is, whatever the dictionary says it is. So iter, that's going to be the nominative singular. That means that the accusative singular must also be iter. So it goes iter, itineris, itinerari, iter, itinere, itinera, itinerum, itineribus, itinera, itineribus. Well, we have the journey as the subject, so the nominative singular, that's just going to be iter. To the Spanish town, the journey towards the Spanish town, motion towards the Spanish town. So we're going to want ad, plus the accusative showing motion towards, because the journey is stretching towards the Spanish town. Motion is implied because you're going to be moving on this iter. So ad plus the accusative, we want the accusative of Spanish and town. Spanish or Hispanic is going to be Hispanosaum, agreeing with oppidum e neuter. So we're going to want the accusative singular neuter because it's working with ad. That means that Hispanosaum must also be accusative singular and neuter. Because it's neuter, it wants to decline like a second declension neuter because it's an us-aum. So we have oppidum Hispanum. Ad oppidum Hispanum. And then the iter, ad oppidum Hispanum, is long. Is, third person singular, present active indicative of sum esse fui futurus, because it's present tense. It's irregular. Sum es est. Sumus estis sunt. So we want est. Iter ad oppidum Hispanum est. And then long. Long is an adjective, and it's our predicate nominative. The journey is long. What is the journey? Long. Longusaum, it's an adjective, so it's predicate nominative. Its case must be therefore nominative, and it's singular because the journey is singular, and it must be neuter because the journey, the iter, is neuter. So longus we want the nominative singular neuter, and that's longum. Iter est longum. Longum est iter. We can even invert these in Latin. We can put the predicate nominative first. Longum est iter ad oppidum Hispanum. But, 1t, said, sed, we shall walk with great speed. Okay, we have a new verb with a new subject. New verb is shall walk. It's going to be future tense, and the subject is we. So first person plural, we. Future tense of ambulo, ambulare, ambulavi, ambulatus. Active voice, it's the only voice you know. And it's not an imperative command, but indicative, fact, indicative mood. Sed ambulabimus, bo bis bit, bimus bitis bunt, on the present stem ambulo, ambulare, ambulabimus. We shall walk with great speed, with great speed. So with is going to be cum plus the ablative, always and only takes the ablative, and either the ablative of accompaniment, in the company of something, or ablative of manner, in the manner of something, showing style. It's almost adverbial. And this is the ablative of manner because this is how, adverbial, how we shall walk, with great speed. Cum plus the adjective great and then the noun speed. Great is magnus aum, great in size or importance, and must agree in gender, number, and case with speed, which is celeritas, celeritatis feminine. Ablative singular feminine. The adjective magnus aum must be ablative singular feminine. And if you use the preposition cum, the word order must be adjective cum noun. Magna, macron over the second and final a, magna cum celeritate. If you wish to omit the cum, you may, and just write magna celeritate. So altogether, longum est iter ad oppidum Hispanum, sed magna cum celeritate ambulabimus. Optime. Tertia. Why did you give the signal on the trumpet, Marcus? Why? Aren't you curious as to why? Cur. Cur, it's an interrogative. We're asking a question of one Marcus. Why did you do this? Cur. Did you? We're addressing a you, and we're calling him by his name, Marcus. So you. This is a second person singular. Did you give? You did give, Marcus. So you did, that would be perfect tense. Second person singular perfect tense of do, dare, dedi, datus. We want the perfect stem dead, D-E-D, dead, from dedi. And then the perfect tense endings are I isti it, imus istis erunt. So dedisti. Cur dedisti. Why did you give? Why didst thou give? What did you, the subject, give? You gave the direct object, the signal. Signum e neuter, signal, sign, or military standard. That's going to be the accusative, direct object, singular. So signum, because it's a neuter noun. The accusative will be the same as the nominative, signum. And you gave the signal on the trumpet. Now stop, pause, think, use your brain. Is Marcus standing on the trumpet? Yes. No. He's not standing on the trumpet and giving the signal. He didn't put the trumpet on the ground and then step on the trumpet and stand there and then, hey, this is the signal. He gave the signal using the trumpet. We have this expression in English, to give a signal on a trumpet. On a trumpet. We're not located on it, we're using the trumpet. So this is actually going to be not in plus the ablative. That just shows location. That would be silly. We're not located on it. This is actually going to be an Ablative of means, by means of the trumpet, using the trumpet. Ablative of means does not use a preposition. It is just the noun in the bare ablative. No preposition. So all we want is the ablative, singular, of tuba, I, feminine. And that's going to be ah. Make run over the final A, tuba. And then Marcus. Notice that his name is offset by comma. You is the subject of the verb give. It's second person singular, but we are addressing Marcus by name. If Marcus gave the signal on the trumpet, he would be the subject. He would be in the nominative case, and the verb would be in the third person singular. But we're addressing him by name. The subject is you, second person singular. Marcus is just naming who you, second person singular, are. This is the vocative direct address. Directly addressing Marcus, you. So how does the vocative look for a noun like Marcus? Well, it is a second declension masculine noun, Marcus e masculine. Therefore, the vocative, it works like amicus. It's going to be marque. The us becomes an e, the letter e, pronounced marque. And typically the vocative does not come first in the sentence, but it comes after the first word or phrase. So I would say something like, Cor signum marque, tuba dedisti. And quarta. We shall sail to the shore of the province with my brother. So we shall sail. This is the first person plural. We shall do it in the future tense. And navigo, navigare, navigavi, navigatus. Present stem being second principal part, chop off the RE, naviga, and then add the bimus, navigabimus. Bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, bunt, navigabimus. In which direction are we sailing? To the shore, towards the shore. It's going to be ad in the direction of, towards, plus the accusative, motion towards, to the shore. Latin word for shore is going to be litus litoris, neuter. Because it's neuter, it's a third declension neuter, the accusative will be the same as the nominative, so ad litus. That word will be declined like litus, litoris, litori, litus, litore. Litora, litorum, litoribus, litera, litoribus. So we're going towards that shore, ad litus, of the province. So this is a shore belonging to a province. The province's shore. This is going to be the genitive case, genitive of possession, of provinciae feminine. So that's going to be provinciae, an easy first declension noun. So we can even put that easy genitive first declension noun in between the preposition ad and the noun shore. So to the province's shore, ad provinciae litus. And then with my brother. Now with is going to be the preposition cum plus the ablative, always and only takes the ablative, and it will either be the ablative of accompaniment, in the company of, along with, or ablative of manner, in the style of, in the manner of. It's almost adverbial, shows how the action is done. So this one's got to be accompaniment. You're not going to sail in the style of your brother. Or maybe you are. No, you're going to do it accompaniment. This is the ablative of accompaniment. Cum plus the ablative of accompaniment. So we want the ablative of my and brother. Meus, aum, and frater, fratris masculine. So frater, fratris masculine, it's a third declension masculine. Those third declension masculine feminine endings are blank is ema, es ibus, es ibus. So frater, fratris, fratri, fratrem, fratre. Fratres, fratrum, fratribus, fratres, fratribus. So we want the ablative singular, masculine, so fratre, and meo saum, we want the ablative singular masculine, meo. Cum meo fratre, or cum fratre meo. Optime, all together now. ad provinciae litus, cum fratre meo navigabimus. Quinta. The soldiers of Rome attacked the German camp with weapons. Oh no. So, the verb is attacked. Who attacked? Why, the soldiers of Rome did. Cool. So, soldiers of Rome. Soldiers is the subject. Miles, militis, masculine. It's a third declension masculine that declines like miles, militis, militi, militem, milite. Milites, militum, militibus, milites, militibus. So we said it's the subject of our sentence, therefore in the nominative case, and there's more than one soldier, so plural. That means we want the nominative plural masculine, milites. Milites of Rome. Now do not write the genitive of Romae feminine, the city of Rome. Don't do that. The Romans would never do that. Soldiers of Rome, that equals Roman soldiers. Always. Soldiers of Rome, Roman soldiers. People of Rome, Roman people. That's always populus Romanus. A soldier of Rome is always a miles Romanus, a Roman soldier. The plural is going to be milites Romani. So Romanusaon. Of Rome is going to be the adjective Romanusaon. So we want the nominative plural masculine milites Romani. And what did they do? They attacked. So, not just pugno, but oppugno, oppugnare, oppugnavi, oppugnatus. Third person plural, because they did it. Perfect tense, active voice, and indicative mood. It's not an imperative. So the perfect stem is oppugnav. Third principal part, chop off the I. And then add the perfect tense endings e, isti, it, imus, istis, erunt. The third person plural is erunt. So, appugnaverunt. Appugnaverunt. Milites Romani appugnaverunt. And what did they attack? They attacked the German camp, the camp German. So German is the adjective agreeing with camp, Germanasa and camp is casra orum, always neuter, always plural, only has 5 forms. Casra, casrorum, casris, casra, casris. Because it's the direct object, we want the accusative. The accusative of castra is, it's neuter, so it should be castra. And if that's accusative and plural and neuter, then the adjective Germanasa must be accusative, plural, and neuter. The castra Germana. And they attacked this noun, this German camp, with weapons, by means of weapons. So probably assault weapons, offensive weapons. So tellum e neuter. And we want the ablative of means. Ablative of means. So tellum e neuter, ablative plural would be tellis. Ablative of means does not use a preposition. So do not say cum tellis. Cum tellis would be the ablative of accompaniment. That would be in the company of weapons. Using the weapons to attack the camp, that's ablative of means or instrumentality. No preposition. It makes a big difference. Milites Romani tellis castra Germana appugnaverunt. Optime. Sexta. Did you see the name of the town on the sign? Nope. Sorry, missed it. So we have an interrogative. We're asking a question. Did you see? We're asking a you. Could be singular, could be plural. We're going to go with singular. Did you see? Did you see it? Nope, it's gone. It's over. It's completed. Did you see it? Perfect tense. Second person singular. Perfect tense. And see, we're going to go with specto, spectare, spectavi, spectatus. To see or to look at. So did you look at the name of the town on the sign? Did you see it? So spectavisti, second person singular. It's perfect. Third principal part is spectavi. Chop off the I to get spectab, and then add the perfect tense endings e, isti, it, imus, istis, erunt. So spectavisti. We're asking a question, an interrogative, which could be answered by a neutral yes or no, a yay or a nay. So we're just going to add the enclitic ne, ne, like an alien parasite, to the first word of the sentence. And I tend to like the verb to be the first word on these. So spectavistine, did you look at, did you see, did you catch sight of the what? The direct object, the name. Name, that's going to be nomen, nominus, neuter, going to be the direct object. Direct object, so the accusative case. Well, you're in luck, because it's a neuter noun, the accusative and the nominative are the same. Nomen. Just for to lulz, that's a third declension neuter. It will be declined like nomen, nominus, nomini, nomen, nomine. Nomina, nominum, nominibus, nomina, nominibus. Because its endings will be blank is e, same as nominative a. Ibus, ibus. Spectavistine nomen, of the town, the name of the town's name, genitive of possession. So we want the genitive singular of oppidum e neuter, so oppidi. So nomen oppidi, the name of the town, and it was on the sign. Located where? It was on the sign, in, plus the ablative of location of signum e neuter, so in signo. Ablative of location, in signo. Spectavistine nomen oppidi in signo. Septima. The teachers did not often look at the bad boys with great friendliness. Yeah, about that. So they did not often look. Okay, there's our verb phrase. Did not often look. We got adverbs not, negating the verb. Often, it's another adverb. And look at. So once again, specta, spectate, spectavi, spectatus. And they did not do it. So it's perfect tense, third person plural, and who did? Why, the teachers. So magister, magistri, masculine, teachers. There's also the feminine form, magistra, I, feminine. So we're going to go with the masculine for now. You can go with the feminine if you want. The masculine would be magistri. The feminine would be magistri, because it's nominative and plural. They did not often look, so non. Often is the adverb saipe, and third person plural, perfect, active voice, indicative mood of specta, spectare, spectavi, spectatus, to look at. So spectaverunt, non saipe spectaverunt. And what are we looking at? We're looking at those bad boys, the boys who are bad. Adjective malusaum must agree in gender numbering case with puer, pueri, masculine. So we want the accusative plural masculine, pueros, and the accusative plural masculine, malusaum, malos, pueros malos, the bad boys. How? In what way? With great friendliness. This is not going to be in the company of great friendliness, but it's describing the verb, almost adverbial. How the action is done with great friendliness. So this is going to be cum, takes the ablative, means with, magnosaum, and friendliness. That's going to be amicitia, I, feminine, amicitia, friendship or friendliness. So amicitia, this is an abstract noun, ablative of manner. Magna cum amicitia. You must use that word order. But you don't have to use the cum. You can omit the cum and just have magna amicitia. So magistri or magistri. Pueros malos. Magna cum amicitia non saepe spectaverunt. Octava. Will the messenger have given the battle signal on the plain? So will the messenger? We have interrogative. We're asking if the messenger will have done something. So he's our subject. Nuntius e masculine. We want the nominative singular masculine of nuntius, and that's going to be, wait for it, nuntius. Will have given. Will have given, that's going to be future perfect, third person singular. He will have given. Future perfect, active voice, and indicative mood. Not imperative, but indicative mood of do, dare, dedi, datus. Nuntius dederet. What will he have given? He will not have given the battle, which is a noun, but he will have given the signal of the battle. Not the battle, but he will give the signal. So he'll give the signum e neuter, accusative direct object, signum. But battle is going to be genitive of possession. So you can't say battle signal as is. That's a noun and a noun crammed together. Latin doesn't like that. You have to turn one of these into like a genitive. So it's adjectival and can modify the noun. Don't say doghouse in Latin. You say house of dog. Don't say battle signal in Latin. You say signal of battle. Battle is proelium e neuter, so we want proeli signum, or signum proeli. Where do you do it? On the plain? Now, this is not like giving the battle signal on the trumpet, where you're not located on the trumpet, you're using the trumpet to give the battle signal. Is this guy using the plain to give the battle signal? No, he's actually located in the plain. This is actually going to be in plus the ablative of location. We want the ablative of campus e masculine, so in campo. We're asking a question, and it's a simple yay or nay, simple yes or no, neutral. Will the messenger have done this? Will the messenger have given? So, dederit ne nuntius proeli signum in campo. Or something like dederit ne nuntius signum proeli in campo. So we take that modifying genitive and put it on the other side of nuntius, or the other side of signum, get away from nuntius. Yes, that's the good stuff. Nona. The camp of the hostile forces were in the forest across the wide river. So the camp of the hostile forces was in the forest across the wide river. So camp, castra orum neuter plural, camp, that's going to be the subject of the verb were. Now it should be the camp was in the forest across the wide river. I guess I was channeling my Latin where castra is always plural. It's the subject. So of the hostile forces, the camp of them. So we want the genitive. It's the hostile forces camp, where camp is the subject and the nominative, castra. So we want the genitive of hostile, inimicus to agree with forces, copiae aurum feminine plural. We want the genitive feminine plural for both, copiarum feminarum. Copiarum inimicarum. Castra, copiarum inimicarum. They were in the forest across the wide river. They were, the camp was. So we want a linking verb. Used to be, was, imperfect tense, third person, and it is going to be plural because camp is plural in Latin. So we do want the plural here. So third plural, errant, active indicative, errant. Castra, inimicarum, copiarum, errant. Camp was, where was that camp? In, located in, plus the ablative of location. We want the ablative of silva, I, feminine. We macron over the final A, in silva. Where's that forest? It is across the wide river. Across, preposition trans, plus the accusative. It's like an accusative motion towards. It's across, it's over. Wide, adjective agreeing with river. So wide is latasaon, and river is flumen, fluminous, neuter. Third declension neuter. Because it's a neuter noun, the accusative singular will be the same as the nominative singular. So trans flumen, across the river. Trans flumen latum. Where's that wide river? Well, it's across the wide river and it's in silva, in the forest. Casra inimicarum copiarum errant in silva trans flumen latum. Optime and decima. What is your name, my friend? We're asking a question. It's an interrogative of a you, my friend. We're asking a second person singular you. The subject is, and we're asking, what is your name? So what is going to be the interrogative? What? Quid est is, quid est, your name. Now typically the dative of possession is used here. What is the name to you? What is the name to you? Quid est, and then your is going to be tibi, T-I-B-I, tibi. The plural would be vobis. What is your plural name? What's y'all's names? So tibi, quid est tibi nomen, quid est nomen tibi. Nomen is the subject of nomen is the predicate of what? What is? What thing is your name? My friend. My friend is the vocative direct address. Meosaum, the vocative is me, for the masculine vocative singular. Me, am I. And then friend, amicus e masculine, from the adjective amicosaum, friendly. If it's a masculine friend, amicus, the vocative is going to be amicae, with the letter E. Amicae. Mi amicae. My friend. If it's a girlfriend, it's mea amica. Quid est nomen tibi, mi amicae? Quid est nomen tibi, mi amicae? Technically, you learned how to say this back in chapter 1. Think back then, way back then. Optime, very well done. That wraps it up for exercise D. You are now ready to move on to chapter 11's Lectio Latina.